Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, glowing up, but we still trapped. That's how a nigga survives. Flowing out, got the crowd packed. Yeah, that's how a nigga provides. Y'all insta this, y'all snap that, y'all diss this, and they snap back. Another mass shooting in the headlines. I'm like, damn, where that attack at? Cause y'all think this about race. They flaunt that shit in your face. It's like every day it's the same agenda. It's really not that hard to trace. Fuck it, we might as well face it. Accept it, whatever it's wrapped in. There'll come a day when they run out of grace. So me and my niggas stay trapping. Yeah, ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Hey, someone be too hard, wanted to be, and then what I became. Ended up going my own way, but I couldn't stay in my lane. Now if I'm honest, I've taken a liking to wearing these chains. They hold me down, make it easier when I start feeling the pain. Out of the overflow, your heart, they say your mouth speaks. Well, my heart must be fucked up, cause I can't speak and I can't sleep. So I stay woke in this daydream. Got shit to do, got the world to see. Got the same crew, got some new fleets. There's an empire, fucking boutique, that's real. I only say what I feel, got a new plate with the same meal. On a new hype with the same chill. Y'all too fake, I stay real. Got cast down from heaven, but I'm too good to stay in hell. I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, hey, I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah. This is that one song that you heard so many times, and every time you hear it, you're like, I'm not gonna bump to this song. But then you start catching a vibe. I'm sorry, not sorry. Yeah. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Love with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Love with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Love with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Love with the gang, gang, gang. You know. Yeah. Whoa. East Coast with that gang, gang. You know we don't play games. Whoa. Hop up on that wagon. Oh, please just get out the way. You know we stay stuntin', right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry. We just stuck up in our ways. West Coast, go ahead, stand up. Put that glass and hands up. Gang, 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 we famed up. Got that change, we bagged up. Crew love, we stay manned up. Ahem like I'm wheezy, yeah. Rap game just too easy. Drip so sick, I'm queasy. Whoa. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Love with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Love with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Love with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Love with the gang, gang. Yeah. Watch me finesse, walk to the line. Good versus evil, God in his prime. Always in prime, always on time. Our time to shine, wifey is fine. I'm doing fine, glad that you asked. God fill me up, mud in my glass. God clean me up, all that I ask. Wherever you headed there fast. I am ahead, you are in last. Last time I checked, you were all gas. Gas in the whip it up fast. Fast and all furious, I'm starting to spaz. Getting all curious, you put me on blast. Blasting that Darius, kids in the back. Back to the future is black. Black like T'Challa, Wakanda attack. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang, gang. Love with the gang, gang, gang. You know we don't play gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, Coming at me like that, like whoa. Yeah. Coming at me like that, like whoa. I don't even feel like that, like whoa. You ain't even see my stacks, like whoa. We up on the sea, but that's my bow. Coming at me like that, like whoa. Coming at me like that, like whoa. Coming at me like that, like whoa. Coming at me like that, like wish that I care, but I don't. And I swear if you want, we can flow. Coming ready for the smoke. Murder she wrote, but I don't even dare. I got places to go, coming ready for the show. Sacred the goat, we got royal affairs. We gon' win on the low, coming ready for the glow. You taking notes, have a seat, take a chair. You may think that we cold, coming ready for the snow. Try to bear the weight, but it's too heavy. Try to get away, but it's too deadly. Gotta keep it sharp, so we stay edgy. Can I get ahead, so we stay ready? Coming at me, that's sad, that's joke. I cannot believe these lies, I woke. All that agree, but why you broke? When y'all need, come get your folk. I actually soar over these waves. When I get paid, I gotta know people to pay, places to go. Watch what you say, watch what you coming at me like that, like whoa. I don't even feel like that, like whoa. You ain't even see my stacks, like whoa. We up on the sea, but that's my bow. Coming at me like that, like whoa. Coming at me like that, like whoa. Coming at me like that, like whoa. Coming at me like that, like I don't ever sit back, I'ma go and get that. I just wanna give back, people call me Big Black. I just got my whip back, asked me when I got here, told her that I've been back. Brought a couple wins back, double cup of no act. I don't really have beef, but I'm still a Big Mac. And you know I got green, now we bridging the gap flow with me and my team. Cause we know how to scrap when you making a scene. Came up from the dirt, yeah I know my worth. No I will not sell, niggas gotta work. Do not kiss and tell, no I do not serve. But I'll ride these waves, so get up off my turf. I actually soar over these waves. When I get paid, I gotta know people to pay, places to go. Watch what you say, watch what you coming at me like that, like whoa. I don't even feel like that, like whoa. You ain't even see my stacks, like whoa. We up on the sea, but that's my bow. Coming at me like that, like whoa. Coming at me like that, like whoa. Coming at me like that, like whoa. Coming at me like that, like It's been a while since I dropped this shit. Swole fam, y'all better run this up. KD, let's go. Yeah. Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play gang gang. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play gang gang. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play gang gang. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play gang gang. I'm blessed, I never said I didn't struggle. I finesse, I never said I didn't hustle. These niggas talk so loud, the way I move is subtle. I'm the ocean, but these niggas just a puddle. Ay, oh, I swear I'm delusional. These niggas, they using me. They want my energy, ain't nothing new, this is usual. These figures confusing me. What's gotten into me? They say I'm using their cubicles. Clipping KD like some cuticles. None of this shit is excusable. Don't need a muse when I'm musical. Ay, whoa, I'm tired of saying for truth when nobody's doing it. Yeah. They're controlling the youth, agenda of fusing them. Nigga, we losing them. Matter of fact, we just abusing them, that's a fact. We try to roll with a ballad act. Fucking low key with a Tesseract. They throwing smoke when they got to that. Get the fuck up out your little bubble. They wanna ask how much it costs, I said it double. Gorilla beard, these niggas only rockin' stubble. The realest nigga make these bitches start to stumble. Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play gang gang. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play gang gang. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play gang gang. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play gang gang. Man, it's too early in the morning for this shit. But let's get it. Yeah. Ayy, all of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swolio put nuts on their chin. Like Everson K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I
stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My Bennies are blue, but the product is green. I'm dropping slappers to hell with an album. Might fuck around and go see Jimmy Fallon. I multiply while you bury your talents, cause I'm like a hawk when I bury my talents. Guess what I'm saying? I pray on these niggas. There was a day when I'd pray for these niggas. Now I got nothing to say to these niggas. I pray that God does away with these niggas. I keep my friends close, but my enemies closer. My mental is gross, but my verses are kosher. These girls going wild, but I'm not a poacher, so I just keep shining like Elon, I'm solar. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2, get mountains of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My Bennies are blue, but the product is green. Gotta make this money, only game I know. I'm the only king, this ain't no Game of Thrones. Everybody wanna be a fucking king until it's time to do what a king does. Everywhere I look, it's just kids and drugs. Everywhere I look, it's just gangs and thugs. Can't tame the guns, can't save our loved ones. I grew my funds and I called the plug. Then I filled my lungs, I don't mess with that new shit. Y'all talking tough, but ain't none of y'all do shit. Y'all chasing money, you want the exposure. Y'all think y'all funny and snake Gucci loafers. I don't give disclaimers, I rap full disclosure. These niggas all think they were born in October. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have stacks on plus stacks when I'm older. Stacks when I'm older. Yeah, stacks when I'm older. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have millions in cash when I'm older. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2, get mountains of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My Bennies are blue, but the product is green.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Power in numbers and representation.
Fat people are humans.
Size privilege.
Diet.
You don't have any power.
Stupidity!
Diabetes.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Swole Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, 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 testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 3000 and dose of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in that realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, bustas, hustles, and yahos? It's your boy Papa Swole back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Eversting K2, flexing on all you beat. All right, fam, welcome to the show 3002. Hit the thumbs up button live on Rumble. Make sure that you follow the show, subscribe, share with your friends, leave a comment, and let me know what you're smashing today. And of course, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure you leave a 5-star review. It helps tremendously. Share the show with your friends, because that's the only way that we get reach, because you know we're censored, because we say the naughty words, we like to make sick fucking gains. And I encourage you to get off your phone, to stop scrolling on TikTok and Instagram and the like, and go to the fucking gym. Of course, today we have an amazing swole card. It is Most People Don't. This is a top swole card. top swole card. Most people don't, no matter what you're talking about, improving your health, nutrition, any of the 7 pillars. It really comes down to this. Most people don't, no matter what it is. If you're trying to educate yourself and learn how to navigate the world better, most people don't do that. Most people don't eat well. Most people don't take care of their community. Most people don't train. Most people don't go to the fucking gym. Most people don't sleep well. Most people don't. So if you want to stand out, you have to do what most people don't do. And it's not always that you want to do the opposite of what most people do. Not always, but oftentimes people are not, or people around you are not wanting to get out of their comfort zone. They don't want to go against the grain. They don't want to do things that are uncomfortable, because our society today is biased towards making sure that you're comfortable for every last thing. We're not taking care of any of the causes, root cause. We're just focusing on symptoms and how you feel. Oh, but your feelings. Oh, you don't feel like going to the gym. Oh, but you feel like people are mean to you. Oh, but you feel. It doesn't matter what you feel. What matters is what's objective, and that is under your control. What you do, your actions are under your control, and how you feel is under your control. So get off your lazy ass, go to the fucking gym, and stop being a whiny baby. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag most people don't. All right, we also have some new merch that we dropped on Monday. The Corner, I will meet you. Papa Swolio, can I train with you? Sure, you can go to swolenormousx.com and train with me right now. Plus, we have the Swolenormous app dropping soon, and you're really going to have me in your pocket, legit. Fam, I'll meet you at the corner of STFU and GTTFG if you want to go to the gym. I will meet you at the corner of go to the fucking gym and shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and go to the fucking gym. Check out the brand new merch over there at papaswolio.com. And in case you can't see, I am rocking the all new Big Bicep Theory. If you missed that release a week or two ago, just got these in sweet design. So check that out. Everything is 20% off, papaswolio.com. Don't wait. Jump on that merch now before the specials are bye-bye. Let's get into the tip now. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. Our first one today is from Chris. And Chris says, happy trying to feel good on this rainy road trip. Another round of chemo and scans coming this week. Didn't have a good last 8 days physically and mentally. Every day is its own challenge, more than I could have imagined life ever being. I've missed so many shows, just timing always a little off, but I'm still around. My weight and diet getting back under control. Weight currently at 208 pounds about. Strength still lower than a year ago, but I'll not stop. Hashtag fuck cancer, fuck most people, and hashtag GTTFG. Fuck most people. Good stuff, Chris. Thanks for the post. Love it. And of course, the Swole variant merch looking excellent, looking yoked in your Swole variant merch. Looking good, dude. Like that. Fuck most people. Not the Swole fam, though, but most other people. Yeah. Fuck all those people. Dylan says, what's up, everybody? New to the program, looking to gain some mass. Have been fairly healthy since I was 18, started working out 2 years ago. Now I'm looking to optimize my health. Have never been on a program, and I'm looking forward to learning. Was diagnosed with Crohn's at 18, and at 24, I was declared in remission and all scar tissue healed. I have been med-free since 24, and I'm now 30, looking forward to getting this down and meeting great people along the way. Welcome, Dylan. Welcome. So interested to learn about your nutrition, what you're doing, and stoked to have you with us in the Swole fam. We definitely have all the tools that you need, and we're adding more content every single week. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, with the app coming, it's just going to be even leveled up even more. There's so much great stuff coming, and the ease of use is unreal. So right after we get off the live stream, going to work on that some more. So very excited to have you, Dylan, and keep on crushing, keep us posted, and let's get into it. We got 2 emails today, the secret to actually getting results. So I send this out. I send out emails pretty much every single day. You can go to makeemailswoleagain.com. Let's get this one from Curtis. Curtis responded and said, for the last 8 months, I've been working on small tweaks to isolate different muscle groups to achieve more activated muscle group that I'm working on. Simple stuff from elbows bent when doing rows or pull downs, hand placement on different exercises to loading a muscle during the reps to not let it rest at the top or bottom of exercise. I enjoy the no shit approach you talk about as to no excuses. Thanks for the info and motivation. Well, thank you for the email. Appreciate you. And you know, one thing you don't want to get wrapped up is too over obsessed with form. I do think form is very important, but I do think over focusing on pausing, and holding and doing these things is really kind of a byproduct of not going heavy enough. But if you're just getting into training, obviously you might not want to go as heavy because you want to practice and perfect your form. Just make sure you're moving the load, make sure that it's nice, slow and controlled movements, but also when you're concentrically, when you're pulling the bar down towards your chest or pushing it away, if you're doing a chest exercise or curling it up, you want it to be explosive. You want it to be heavy enough. So yes, form is important, but also just make sure that, and this is a great lesson for everyone, is just not to over obsess with it. No, make sure you're doing it properly. I'm not saying don't have good form, but there is this thing that is kind of going around the interwebs where people are over obsessed with like holding at an extension and then going slowly and then pausing. And it's just, you're not moving enough weight when it's not about time under tension. It's about the mechanical tension, and it's about exploding with the reps, but making sure that the weight is heavy enough that the weight's moving slowly. That's when you are going to get that growth signal. So just make sure that you're not sacrificing the load. But of course, there's different approaches and there's different, and this is what's great with those warm-up sets, right? When you have warm-up sets, remember when we talk about, or when I talk about, hey, I do 2 sets for a body, for an exercise or for a body part, whatever it is. When I say how many sets I do, I'm talking about working sets. I'm not talking about warm-up sets. I might do 2 or 3 warm-up sets and then do 1 set to failure, or one set with 0 reps in reserve, 0 RIR, or maybe 2 sets at 0 RIR. So when I'm talking about how many sets I do, I'm not talking about warm-up sets, because people think 2 sets or 1 set, you just go into the gym and just push as hard as you can. No, of course I do. I'll put on, like anyone else that has been lifting for years, I'll put on 135 on, if I'm doing Smith machine presses, I'll put a 45 on each side and I'll kind of do like 5 or 6 or 7 and kind of get the feel, make sure I'm aligned properly, see how my elbows feel, my shoulders feel. Cool. I'll put on a 25, do another 2 or 3 reps. Cool. I'll put on 2 45s on each side, do 2 or 3 reps, because I'm not trying to fatigue myself. I'm trying to prepare myself for that all out set. So I'm not looking to get a burn. I'm not looking to get a pump. I'm just looking to make sure I'm lying properly, everything feels good, and I'm getting the muscles and the tendons and the ligaments ready for that increased load. So just keep that in mind. We got one from Mike. Mike says, Papa Swolio, I fight a daily battle to keep up with consistency. Don't we all? In the gym, I'm working on gauging what my body can handle as progressive overload. Some exercises I can add 5 to 10 pounds, and some I can add 50 to 100 pounds. But I tried to make sure that I maximize the effectiveness of the movement without trying to load enough weight that I injure myself or do a half-assed set. I am not an ego lifter, but I want to continue to build strength and muscle without looking like idiots you see in videos doing shitty reps with stupid amounts of weight. I am also working on discipline when I eat, weighing portions, keeping track, etc. It helps my mindset during the day, knowing what I have eaten and what I need to do to keep in a calorie deficit. Small stuff, but it's helping me keep giving good advice. Thank you, Mike. I do want to clarify a couple things here. You brought up a couple good topics. This is so common. Of course, some exercise, if you're doing lateral raises, you might only, for example, I do supine lateral raises with wrist cuffs on my cable machine. And I went from last time I did this exercise, I did 40 pounds on each side. And not yesterday, was it 2 days ago? I did 41. I had a 1 pound plate. I always talk about, I buy all these 1/4 pound plates. I have 1/4 pound plates. I have half pound plates. I have 0.75 pound plates, because I might not be able to go up 2.5 on each side. And I wouldn't have. I did like 6 or 7 reps with a 41. But if I went 42.5 on each side, if I just had a 2.5, I might have gotten 3 reps, or it wouldn't have been as effective of a set. I wouldn't have gotten enough stimulating reps, or put on a 5 on each side. That's way too much. So I have these smaller increment plates, which is important. And by the way, you can buy these. You can buy these and they're light. They're a 1/4 pound. They're half pound. They're 0.75. You could buy 1 pound plates and put them in your gym bag. You could have 4 1 pound plates. It's 4 pounds. It's not heavy. Put in your gym bag when you go to the gym. If they don't have 1 pound plates, a lot of gyms don't. They just go as low as 2.5 sometimes. You could just throw them on the bar and then take them home with you. They're your plates. So you just might want to make sure, because you just want to make sure maybe you put a sticker on them like they're yours, or, so people don't think you're stealing weights. But obviously, they're yours. But you get the point. You could put these things. This is like having wrist wraps in your bag. you can have 1 pound plates. It's very effective. More weight is more weight, or more reps is more reps. And sometimes if you have too much weight, you just can't increment properly. So for a lateral raise, you can't just go from 15-pound lateral raises to 20 pounds. That's why a lot of people get stuck and they don't make progress, because you're not able to progressively overload. Is everyone following? If you're doing dumbbell lateral raises and you're doing 15 on each 15-pound dumbbells, 20 pounds is a massive jump. That's 30%. That's a lot. Most people will not be able to make that jump. So it might not be the best exercise to progressively overload. Doesn't mean you can't do dumbbell lateral raises, but that's a big jump. That's a big jump. So for leg, yeah, you might put out 25 on each side on the leg press. It's completely different. So it doesn't matter what the weight is. That's the point. It doesn't matter how much the weight is. The point is it more than you did last time? Are you doing another rep? I don't care what the weight is. We're all different strengths and we all start different places. So what's most important is that you're doing more, whether it's 1 pound or 20 pounds. Seriously, that's all that matters. This concept, just want to clarify, Mike's email is fine, but an ego lifter, what we're talking about when we talk about ego lifting, that just means you have weight and you have bad form. So people put on tons of weight on a leg press and do quarter reps. So that's what an ego lifter is. That's just bad form and bad execution. So you definitely want to go as heavy as you can. So what I want to make sure Mike isn't skirting away from is going heavy enough. So going heavy is not the problem. The problem is when people go too heavy and they can't get the depth. They're doing leg presses and they have their feet too high and they're just doing quarter reps rather than keeping their feet low and getting that full knee flexion and working on their mobility and getting all the way down. So you want to progressively overload, but it's also relative to the execution of the form. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Just some more context there. All right. If you want to get on the email list, you guys know what to do. Links in the description. Go to makeemailswoleagain.com. It's free. You do not have to be a member. I will blast your inbox and you can get on that. We're sending out emails pretty much every single day. Makeemailswoleagain.com. Now let's get into some knowledge cock as if you haven't been swallowing it already. Okay. If you have questions, hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Drop that in the chat. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. All right, let's see. You could also call into the show. We don't have any calls today, but askpapaswolio.com, 100% free. You can record up to a minute. Askpapaswolio.com, and we'll feature an upcoming episode. All right. Live questions, drop in the chat. If we got them, we'll take them. If not, we'll move right along. Most people don't. Hashtag most people don't. Drop it in the comments down below for a chance to win today's Swole card. Ketcha82 on Instagram. Papa Swolio, what's a good core exercise to get better abs? Doesn't matter. Really, a basic abdominal exercise is fine. Flexion and extension. Use something where you can get that extension on your back, something rounded like a GHD or a pad. You get that extension. You could do hanging leg raises that give you, and you could put a pad or some machines give you an angle where you're getting good spinal extension. And that's it. The reason why you're not seeing your abs is because you're fat. You got a gut. You have body fat on top of it. So everyone has abdominals. You can just develop them. You don't need anything fancy. And people call their core their stomach. And really that's going to come down to you lifting heavy fucking weights, building muscle, and eating better and sleeping better and getting your hormones in order. Steph GZ, Papa Swolio, I'm doing progressive overload, right? Am I doing progressive overload right? Increase in weight or reps every week or every workout. I do push-pull legs and increase at the beginning of a new week and stick to that until the next W. Well, progressive overload is what you're able to do if you're creating a growth stimulus and then you're recovering enough. So you're not going to be able to increase every single week or every single session, but overall you want to be improving. So if you're doing 100 pounds for 6 reps, so for me, the lowest amount of reps I'll do is about 4. I usually try to really keep it like 4 or 5. So if I get 6 reps, chances are, it depends on how I feel the next session or the next time I do that exercise, I may put on a little bit more weight and be fine with like 4 or 5 and leaving 1 in the tank, or I might do the same weight and try to get 7 reps. It depends on how I feel. But of course, more reps leads to more fatigue, but 1 rep, doing 7 instead of 6 is not like, oh my God, I'm so exhausted. It's not that big of a deal. But if my reps are getting to, if I do 7 or 8, I'm adding weight. So that's how I work. That's how I've been doing it. So let's say I did 100 pounds for 6 reps, and I look at my chart. Okay, I'm putting on 100 pounds. I'm going to try to get 7. I get 8 or 9. Oh, shit. I might do one more set and then do 5 or 6 and leave one in the tank. But next time, I'm definitely going up. So if I did 100 pounds for 9, next time I'm going to do 110. And then maybe I'll get 5 or 6. And then the next time I'll do that 110 again. Maybe I'll get 5 or 6 again, or maybe I'll get 7. Cool. Maybe I'll do it again the next time and get 8 or 9. Go up in weight, that kind of thing. So ideally, that'd be great if you could just go up in weight. I'm just making progress every single week. It's just not going to happen that way, but it can. It can. And remember, if you're adding in a new exercise, you're also getting those neural adaptations. So if you add in a new exercise that you've never done before, you're going to notice that your strength goes up more rapidly in the first couple weeks. That's not hypertrophy. That's just neural adaptations and coordination, getting used to a movement. So just be patient with that. And then, of course, you'll start seeing that improvement kind of taper off, and you're scratching and clawing for a rep here and there. That's what hypertrophy is. So when I train, I've been training for a long time. I'm not making, like I just said, for that lateral raise exercise, I got 40 rep or 40. I did 40 pounds on this one movement. The weight is irrelevant. It's depending on, the strength curve and stuff like that. So the way I was doing the exercise, it was 40 pounds on each side. I went to 41. A lot of people don't see that as massive improvement. I see that as huge improvement because I did an extra rep and I did an extra pound. That's awesome. That means I'm recovering properly. I'm creating a proper stimulus. Keep going. The next time I might do 41 and I might get the same reps. But then the next time I do it, I might do 41 and get one more rep. It's just scratching and clawing for a little bit more, whether it's more reps for a given weight or more weight for a given number of reps. Let's see. Yoked Nick. Papa Solio, odd question. Well, welcome to the Daily Swole, bro. What causes someone to have a pissy / ammonia smelling sweat? There's a guy at my gym who reeks like that. Nutrition. Genetics too, and sweat glands. People have different size or different quantities of sweat glands, but it's definitely also going to be pheromones, their diet, nutrition, all sorts of stuff. When people eat like shit, their sweat smells like shit, right? It smells really bad when they're eating ultra processed garbage. But some people just have really pungent. It's also like a genetic thing. Like races, different people have different numbers of sweat glands. Like that's just the truth. Let's see. Lavash. Papa Swole, I need to start a cut. Do I jump right into the deficit or slowly make my way down? What do you mean you need to start a cut? I always pause because people need to build more muscle. Slowly make your way down. That's the same thing as jumping right into the deficit. Always go slow. You don't need that much of a deficit. You don't need that much. The difference is when people have a deficit, then your body loses to maintain at that deficit. So then you have to decrease more. The difference is you need to be lifting heavy weights and you don't want to be starving yourself because then you're just going to lose muscle and you're going to be frail and you're going to lose strength and you're just going to look flat. So very slowly, especially if you're doing it naturally, very, very slowly. Very slowly, because it's very easy to just kind of like crash out by just all of a sudden you're doing 1,500 calories a day. You're just going to lose all your muscle. So just slow. Just slow. If you're actually calculating, maybe a couple hundred calories, you really don't need a lot. It just takes time. So people always want things faster. You want to do a slow cut. You want to maintain your muscle. You're going to be doing that for like 3 or 4 months. Easily. Like slowly. And doing this like 500 calories a week leads to a pound. It's just nonsense. It doesn't really, your body doesn't work like that. It's not just like a fucking math equation. There's a lot of other factors. The green trolley. Most people don't. I need this card for my teen daughter. She's so damn worried what others think. I'm trying to train her in this philosophy. I live by it now. Sounds like a good purpose. I like it. Maybe we'll think about it, green trolley. We'll think. What do you think, Swole fam? What do you think? Oops. Whoa. Most people don't. Yeah, people in general need to stop worrying about what other people think. All right, let's get some more questions. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Big O, Papa Swolio, can you explain mind-muscle connection? Yeah, this is kind of like fitness lore. This is like the P90X, muscle confusion. This is not really a thing. I mean, neurologically, you get neural adaptations and coordination. It's like riding a bike. So anyone that tells you have mind-muscle connection, I mean, you have neural pathways and motor unit activation and synchronization. That's pretty much what it is. It's not like you can put your mind in the muscle. You're not really doing that. A lot of people go way too light because they want to do slow and squeeze and hold. They're creating fake tension in the sense that if you grab 20 pounds, you go super slow, maybe you can only do 6 or 8 reps because you're like, and you're going slow, right? And then slow up and then hold 3, 2, 1, and then hold, right? You're doing this. No, you're pretending that the weight is heavier than it is. So you're not going to get the same gross stimulus as if you picked 40 pounds or 50 pounds and you were, trying to lift it as hard as you could. And by proxy, because of the weight, because of the resistance, you couldn't move it quickly. So, this whole mind-muscle connection, you need good form, and you don't have to. That's the thing. A lot of people do an exercise, let's say like a T-bar row, and they're holding, and they're pulling up, and pause, and then super slow. What you're doing is you're fatiguing yourself. Trust me, if you're doing the exercise with proper form, you're firing the muscles. You're working the muscles. It's impossible for you not to work the muscles. It's not like you're not hitting them just because you're not focusing on a burn or focusing on a pump. You need to lift fucking heavy and you need to drive the weight up. If I'm doing a T-bar row and I'm going down and up and down and up, it's working my middle traps. It's working my rhomboids. It's working my, it's working all the muscles that I'm trying to work. You don't have to go super slow. You need to load it properly and then move on. So people are trying to go for the feel, right? It's the same thing that's with our culture. It's all about feelings. And I don't feel like I'm making progress. I don't feel what's objectively true. Are you moving more weight? Are you moving more load? Are you doing more reps? Are you doing more weight? Let's see. Aaron. Papa Swolio, do you make your own tallow balm? No. And if so, what measurements? Oh, no, I don't make my own. You can. I mean, people do, I'm sure. But I don't make it myself. Oh, this is why proper form is important. If you have proper form, you're going to be using the muscles. And this is another reason why when you're doing back exercises, if you're not using wraps, you're not training your back effectively or as effectively as you could. Period. End of story. You're doing wide grip chins or wide grip pull downs or T-bar rows. Are you working your grip? You're not going to be able to hold the bar with the same amount of load that will challenge the muscles that you're trying to work. So attach them to your arms, use wrist wraps, and drive up. If you want to work your grip strength, then work your grip strength. Get some grippers, do some pronation exercises, get a dowel, and do forearm stuff. Use a rice bucket, swing a club. So people are like, well, if you're using wraps, you're not working your grip. The fuck, man? I grip shit all the fucking time. Like, just do other things that target your grip. Don't try to train your traps. Do you want to train your traps effectively or ineffectively? Use wraps. Well, Dorian, Shane says it's a mess from bodybuilding and time under tension. Dorian should be glad he trained alone or he would have been pissed answering those mind muscle freaks in the 90s. Well, he didn't train alone. He had a training partner. You remember those movies with Blood and Guts? Other guys like yelling at him in the gym. But I know what you mean. He trained alone, like he trained in like the dungeon in the UK or whatever. Salem, for me, I don't even care if I lose muscle. Oh, you absolutely should. I started a diet a month ago and I'm 190 pounds at 5'10". You should. You don't want to lose muscle. You absolutely should. It's going to negatively affect your ability to, your bone density. It's going to negatively affect your ability to metabolize fat. You definitely don't want to lose muscle. It's hard to build muscle. When people are gaining and they're eating in a surplus and they're training hard, a lot of people, this is why you have to track your training. You have to track your reps and your sets, because you're not going to know if you're building muscle. You're going to look at the scale. If you're stepping on a scale to see if you're building muscle, you're not accurately measuring it. So unless you're doing DEXA scans and these like kind of like infrared or MRI type approaches, you'll know if you're building muscle if your strength is improving. If you're lifting more weight, if your reps are going up, you know you're improving strength, you're improving the contractile proteins. You are going to be resulting in hypertrophy, but it takes time. It takes weeks and weeks and weeks of consistent training. You don't want to lose muscle. It's much harder. People gain. Oh, I bulked for a few months and they gained 15, 20 pounds of fat and water. They might have gained half a pound of muscle or a pound of muscle. Most people don't train with intent. They think they're building muscle, but they're not. They're just gaining fat, because you can put 10, 20 pounds of fat on your body and it will kind of distribute itself where it seems like you're building muscle. You're not as lean, or 5 or 10 pounds. You guys know this. You'll kind of look a little bit, not as lean, but you look bigger all around, but it's not to the point where you look fat. You haven't lost all your definition. So the scale is like, oh, I gained 5 or 6 pounds of fat and water. You don't gain muscle that quickly. All right, more questions. You can follow up too. But that's easy for tallow balm, or for those of you that are asking. Green Trolley says, I make my own out of brisket, suet, and then add olive, cedar, and jojoba oil for perfect balm. Yeah, you can do this stuff yourself. I just haven't gone down that road. But you can. Wat niho? Perfect breakfast? Question mark. Well, there is no perfect breakfast. I have a protein shake. I have my electrolytes, my creatine and glutamine, and sometimes I'll make some eggs, have some raw cheese and some pickles and orange juice or something like that. But sometimes I don't. I didn't eat breakfast this morning, but I had my protein shake, just grass-fed whey concentrate and water, unflavored, down the hatch. So I don't care. Breakfast is fine, but it's going to have something to do with meat and eggs. It's the same food you would eat later, just in the morning. People have this weird thing that they think that breakfast food has to be different. Eat a steak in the morning. Steak and eggs. It's, like, what would you eat later? Eat it earlier. You can make burgers. There's this weird, I think it's just marketing. You go to a restaurant, oh, there's eggs, and it's cereal and oatmeal. These fucking, not the eggs, but the cereal and the oatmeal, all this garbage food. It's just marketing. Why would that be in the morning? Why would you put shit and eat what you would normally eat? Just eat it earlier in the day. If you like to eat real food in the morning. Not complicated. Ingela Burhager. Whatever. Papa Swole, you give great advice for both men and women. Thank you. Thank you. But what about children? What's your best advice? That same thing. I don't even know what that means. Children, or male or female, and they're just younger people. They should be eating what the parents eat. So what's my best advice? That parents stay together so you have a strong family unit, and teach your children the good advice that I'm teaching you. Go to the fucking gym. Go outside. Climb a tree. Get sun. All the same stuff. 7 pillars for children. Louis 92. Papa Swole, I need to lose 40 pounds. Is fasting the best route? No, not necessarily. You don't have to starve yourself to lose 40 pounds. You need to be lifting heavy fucking weights. This is the trap. You are fat. You got 40 extra pounds. You need to. I don't know what that means. Why do you need to? You should. Okay. You need to build muscle. And this is the problem with people that are fat. You have no muscle mass. People that are skinny, you have no muscle mass. Skinny fat or obese, not enough muscle. If you're a power lifter, I'm not talking to you. You just got to improve your nutrition. But you need to be building muscle. So a lot of people, I need to make that scale less. Well, you're going to do that by lifting weights. No, but I'm going to put on weight. The scale is going to go up. If you're talking about pounds, if you're talking about 40 pounds, that means you're weighing yourself on a scale. You got to throw that fucking scale out. You got to start building muscle. The only reason you know that you're 40 pounds heavier is because you're measuring on a scale, but you need to build muscle. So I would not be fasting. I would be eating plenty of protein, quality foods, and focus on building muscle. Build muscle. And you could do this with around a maintenance. You might be in a slight calorie deficit just because your body can use extra body fat in terms of your resting metabolic needs, but you need to be building muscle. Elizabeth says, we all know why Kellogg started making cereal. Wasn't it to like kill the sex drive or testosterone for mental patients, Elizabeth? I forget the exact story, but wasn't that what Kellogg did? Right? It was cornflakes because it like killed testosterone for inmates or for the mental patients. It like not chemically castrated them, but it just made them less agitated because it was just like subdued them because it was like technically poison or something. Isometric reaction. Stop masturbation. It kills her test. It's so fucked up. Isometric reaction on Instagram. All right. Hashtag ask Papa Swolio. Papa Swolio, most amount of steak you've eaten in one sitting. I don't count. I don't know. Over a pound. I don't know. I don't keep track. I set a record. I just eat until I'm full. JM Reynolds. When and why did you move to Florida? I moved to Florida officially in 2005. And why? If you have to ask why would I move to Florida, because it's fucking awesome here. And this is even before it was just a great place to escape all the communism and stuff that's infecting the rest of the country. But it's beautiful. I want it to be somewhere where I could be naked all year round. Fuck the winter. Fuck the cold. If I want that, I'll go on a trip. But no, I don't want to be scraping snow and ice off my windshield for 6 months because that's what it's like. Yeah, I grew up in Connecticut and Pennsylvania and stuff. It's fucking cold, and it's cold for half a year. From like October to April, it sucks. And I'm not saying, oh, it's snow, it's beautiful. Yeah, I've done enough snowboarding. I've made enough snowmen. I've shoveled enough driveways. I'm not a stranger to cold weather. That's why I got the fuck out. I wanted to live where I wanted to go on vacation. My great-grandparents lived down here, and then my grandparents moved down. So then every vacation in high school and college and spring break and whatever, I would come down and visit for a couple of weeks. I never wanted to leave. It was beautiful. I was always at the beach every day and trying to get sun until it went down. I just loved the sun. So when I graduated, I'm thinking, okay, wherever I start working, wherever I start my life and my career, whatever it is, wherever I start, I'm probably, because I saw my family. They grow up in an area, they kind of get a job, and people just kind of get dug in and stay. So I'm like, all right, I need to go to where I think I would like to be the most. That way, I'm likely going to get quote unquote stuck or, dug in with a career and friends and stuff wherever I go. So I came down here, didn't know anyone. And guess what? You live down somewhere long enough, you start to know people. Shocker. So I got the fuck out. I'm glad I did. And I'm still not stuck. I did move. I moved out west for a little bit to California. Nice weather. Just fucking weird out there. It's just weird. The people are weird. It's just sketchy and fake. It really is. Oh God, it was weird and creepy. So I got the fuck out. I came back. That what didn't last long. But yeah, why would I not want to be here? It's awesome. Like, what's the weather today? Yeah, sure, there's a hurricane or a storm now and again, but it's coming a week or two in advance and you prepare. You board up your windows or you go somewhere, you stay inside. No one here gives a shit if it's anything less than if it's less than a category 3, everyone's like, all right, whatever. Seriously. It's not like, oh my God, a hurricane, category 1, or a tropical storm. No one down here cares. I don't even give a shit. The only reason I care now is because I have stuff outside in the gym and I don't have my structure built yet. So I have to take down the canopies and cover them with tarps and stuff like that if there's a really bad storm. But that's not even that big of a deal. Nothing blows away. It's not a tornado. If you have something much worse, like a category 4 or 5, you'll have some serious damage. But then you can actually go to you go to a hurricane place and you're not at risk of dying unless anytime you hear people that get killed and stuff in hurricanes, you know why? And I'm not talking about, there's different stuff like in Katrina and, but down here in Florida, it's if you walk outside, these are people that go outside when there's power lines down. You know, people that are outside, oh, this man was outside driving in the hurricane and a tree fell on him. Yeah, no fucking shit. It's like you have to actually go and actively look for death in a hurricane. Like, stay inside. Yeah, tree branches are going to be flying and trees can fall, so don't go by them. You know, don't walk in deep puddles of water when there's power lines down. It's not rocket science. So, anyway, I think it's the best place to live for many reasons. Yeah, it's humid in the summer, but it's the summer. You telling me it's not humid in Wisconsin in the summer? Trust me, I know what the summer's like in Penn. It's hot as fuck everywhere. It's humid. It's fucking hot. And summer's hot. Everyone's like, oh my God, global warming. First global warming, then it's global cooling, then it's global warming again, then it's climate change. And yeah, it's hot in the summer. Wow, you don't say. It's so hot this year. It's the summer. 'Tis hot in the summer. So anyway, enough of that rant. It's always hot. Ali Jabert, Papa Soy, actual question, not trolling. What to do if an alligator was in your backyard? Can you shoot it? I don't know if you can shoot it. I've never seen an alligator in my yard anywhere. I mean, it happens, but you have to be in certain places where there's standing water and no fence. I'd be shocked out of my mind if I saw one. Would I shoot it? I probably wouldn't shoot it. I'd probably call so like someone can come and pick it up. You know, I wouldn't shoot it. I think you can. I think you can kill iguanas because like they're invasive. Iguanas are fucking everywhere. I think you can take them out. I don't know what the rules are with that kind of stuff, but iguanas like erode the banks. So like they'll erode the ground around bridges and stuff like that. They're invasive. So, yeah, whatever. You know, if you're in the middle of the woods in Florida, I'm sure you could do that. I wouldn't shoot it. That's for sure. But I'd go inside my house. You're not coming in. If it has one of my dogs in its mouth, oh, I'd jump on the fucking thing. I wouldn't wait to go get my gun. Oh, poor Churchy. I'd rip its fucking jaws off. I probably wouldn't be able to. I'd jump on that thing. All right. Gab, one essay. One Reyes. How can I gain muscle at a young age? Same way you gain muscle at old age. You lift heavy weights, progressive overload, eat lots of good food. All right. When I move to Florida, I want a pet iguana. They're everywhere. Like I run outside, they scatter. They're like on the butterfly garden on like the rafters. There's like baby iguanas. I walk outside. There's like a baby iguana like on the side of the wall. Just the bright green little baby iguana. I don't mind. I don't care. But they shit on the yard and I'd love to have a BB gun and just take them out. I think you're allowed to. I forget what the laws are, but I'm pretty sure you can. Iguanas are fair game. But, you know, you don't want to shoot something because also, you know, you shoot and then anything that leaves your gun, like what if it hits something and ricochets, you know, you're liable for, I'm sure I haven't gone down the rabbit hole with the laws of shooting wildlife. But I heard that I've never eaten iguana, but I know there's some restaurants or some place in the Everglades or something you can eat alligator or iguana. I've heard it's just like chicken. It's all about how you season it. They probably taste just fine. Not a lot of meat on some of those guys though. All right. Anything else? Dun, 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 dun. All right. Balls deep. If you're sensitive, or squirmish, you guys aren't. We're still on. Again, everyone, make sure you follow on Rumble. Chances are not going to continue streaming on YouTube too much longer. So just make sure you follow on Rumble. Just kind of like for fun, splitting the stream. But chances are we will start cutting off the balls deep portion exclusively for Rumble. So make sure you follow there. Just started doing it on YouTube a little bit just to let people know, hey, the stream is still going. Make sure you follow on Rumble. It's far superior. You don't get censored. Every episode gets flagged on YouTube. So just make sure you follow over there. And yeah, that's that. So if it starts getting worse, then we'll just be cutting the stream and just doing it on Rumble again. And if you want to win the Swole card, you have to be on Rumble or the Daily Swole Telegram chat. So more incentive to go over there. Join the fam or head on over to Rumble at the Daily Swole. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this is funny. Gonna share this. This is great. So let me see what we got here. Drop a number 1, 2, or 3. Oh boy. Those are bad, but this is funny. Let me pause this so we can watch this. I shared this on my X account, and let's see what we got here. This is a great video. Made me laugh. Made me LMAO. Let's check this out.
I used to believe everything I'd see on the news, but that's before I discovered a brain.
A brain is meant for everyday use. Those living with moderate to severe stupidity have seen immediate improvement in common sense with a brain.
I thought the government had my best interests at heart, and then a friend told me about a brain.
Talk to your doctor about what news sources you obey. A brain may also lower your desire to take life-altering advice from celebrities.
Getting lectured about my carbon footprint from people with 3 private jets used to make sense. But thanks to a brain, now I can think for myself every day. When my disregard for 3rd grade biology began to flare up, I knew it was time for a brain.
Do not try a brain if you're allergic to a brain. Common side effects may include accountability, discernment, homeschooling your kids, a better understanding of economics, awareness of the stupidity of socialism, and diarrhea.
For tethering yourself to reality, the only no-brainer is choosing a brain. Ask your doctor if a brain is right for you.
For more information, visit tryabrain.com.
That's awesome. Oh, it's so good. Why is it so accurate? It's funny, but it's also so true. It's uncomfortably true. Oh, glorious. Glorious. This is what the internet was created for. This is why the internet. So we had to start off with something funny because it's about to get, pretty shitty. So by the way, how many of you have been following what's going on? Because I guess Netanyahu, whatever, was speaking at the Capitol. I don't know why we have other foreign leaders addressing our fucking Congress. But the riots, the insurrection in Washington, D.C., the vandalism and the destruction. Look at this. Can we arrest and deport everyone that defaces government property? This is what happens. This is what happens when you don't enforce the law. We have laws already. People are like, well, we have to pass something that's going to shut this down. No, this is vandalism, destruction of property. These people every single person should be arrested. I mean, where are the tear gas cans? Where's it's an insurrection? Where are the arrests? It's disgusting. Burning the American flag, literally just smoke bomb the entire place. Disperse, trust me. If you have a strong response, it'll stop. If you arrest people and don't let them out on bail a couple hours later, which is already happening with this, it's going to keep on happening. If you allow broken windows, it's going to escalate. You need to lock down. We already have laws in place. You cannot destroy private or government property. This is just tip of the iceberg. I shared something else. Tip of the iceberg. Do I have? No, I shared that other video. The brain. So this is, look at what they're doing with cops. Let me pause this. Right? I mean, but the left is still going to be like, well, January 6th was an insurrection. No, it wasn't. You tend to bring firearms or weapons to an insurrection. If you're trying to take over the government, again, no one brought guns on January 6th. So you would think if they were firing and shooting at cops and stuff, okay, you have an argument. It's absolutely a riot. But yeah, if you're trying to take over the government, all these extremist MAGA Republicans, all these extremists, ultra MAGA, they were trying to take over the government with no guns, bro. With no guns. You know how many guns all those people that were there probably owned? More than the number of people there. Okay. If you're trying to take over a government, you probably going to bring a pistol. Probably going to bring something. Probably going to bring some ammo and some defense. Anyway, watch this. Disgusting. So if you're just listening, they're attacking a cop. Like attacking a cop. Beating the shit out of him. This is in the Capitol, by the way.
Back up! Back up!
This is not Tunisia or Yemen or something.
We're back, you fucking idiot! We're back! Shut the fuck up! Get the fuck off him! Get the fuck off him!
Peaceful protest. Yes, peaceful protesters. Oh, the tolerant left. Wonderful. So this is what you're voting for. If you're voting for Camel Toe, if you're voting for Biden, you're voting for the Democrats. I'm not saying that all these people, I'm not saying that every Democrat agrees with this, but this is the poison that you've allowed in. You have like Rashida Tlaib, you have all these Congress people that literally hate America. They hate this country. They're in the government to tear this country apart. That's what Marxism does. It's a virus that is eating this country alive. Eating this country alive. Okay, they are allowing for this. If you're voting for Democrats, you're allowing for this. This is what is encouraged. This is the militant wing of the Democratic Party. That's why they leverage the progressives and Antifa. They leverage these people. Did you see them getting off the buses? Who's funding that? Probably Alex Soros, the Soros, like, you know, him and his father. Who's funding these buses? You see them. There's videos all over X, these massive coach buses. Now, we're not talking about yellow school bus pieces of shit. We're talking about the nice coach buses with TVs and bathrooms and, you know, comfortable seats. That's what's arriving. And all these protesters, who pays for that? That's expensive shit. Who's paying for that? Who's renting those? Who's sending them? You don't get this information. You think the FBI might want to, but all the violent people who, or all the terrible red hat wearing people that want to make America wonderful again. This is insane. This is insane. They're literally assaulting Capitol Police and these park police. And where is everyone? Why aren't they? Oh, sure, you could protest. No, this is violent. Why aren't they like smoke bombing this entire place or whatever, tear gassing? Get out the hoses. Just blast these people to shit. Get them the fuck out. Arrest and deport everyone. Literally, get them the fuck out of our country. You don't want to be here. You obviously hate this country. Get the fuck out. We can help. We can help you get the fuck out. And sure, you can say, fine, innocent until proven guilty, a trial, fine, all that stuff. We already have laws in place. This is the problem, is that we have laws that prevent this. We have laws to deal with this shit, but no one's enforcing them. This is what a narco-tyranny is, because if these were all red hat wearing, make America great again Trump supporters, you know, this is what happened. The same thing. This is probably worse than January 6th. I mean, obviously, look, they were attacking, like, this is equally as bad. What you have here, and let me clarify, a narco-tyranny is chaos, lack of implication, lack of responsibility, lack of control. So it's like rioting, looting, pillaging, but people aren't punished, or they're arrested and bailed out right away. And the tyranny, it's just really controlled and specified towards the others, towards the outgroup, towards Republicans. So you have people that show up in DC. They're in DC and their cell phones pinged and, you were in DC. We triangulated you within 10 blocks of the Capitol building. You're being investigated by the FBI. You have to sign a plea deal. You're in jail for 6 months because you were in the zip code. So that's the tyranny. And then you have chaos, allowing people to loot and steal up to $1,000. People can sleep anywhere. People can assault and get out. You know, that's what a narco-tyranny is. So it's literally just rules for thee, but not for me. That's what that means. So if you hear that term, that's what it means. Let's read a couple stories, okay? Pillar number, pick 1, 2, or 3. We'll get into a couple videos. Jack Posobiec wrote, Trump got, quote, convicted of writing a check with non-campaign funds as a political finance felony. So we know that the trials on Trump were fake. They were, quote unquote, trumped up charges. Get it? See what I did there? And they didn't stick. So they're getting dismissed. There were nonsensical charges. That's why they're trying to rake him. They couldn't get him on that, so they tried to take him out. The Biden campaign just turned over all their donations to another candidate who didn't have 1 cent donated to her, and prosecutors aren't even curious. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to come out. I don't even know if she's technically eligible for president. It's just literally them installing a candidate. The Democrats They're trying to defend their democracy. Not really. We don't have democracy. We have a constitutional republic. Democracy is evil because that's just tyranny of the majority. But what you have here is, again, it depends on. This is what communism is. They're just choosing. They're installing a candidate. It's not a democratic process. They are putting someone. We're going to have her. Oh yeah, all that money you donated to Biden. Nah, well, it's going to her now. Sounds super illegal to me. And then I also shared this. There's a couple more, 2 more things. And I shared this and I said, they think you are retarded. They do think you are retarded. The mainstream media, the government, you don't hate these people enough. You can never hate them enough. And the more you learn, the more you despise them. So this is from Newsweek. I don't know how many brain cells this person has, but it's got to be maybe 9 IQ, 9 brain cells, 1 brain cell for each IQ point. Newsweek. This was posted by Newsweek. Remember when you used to think about Newsweek? Oh, it's probably true, or it's a reputable source. These places are not reputable. They're completely hijacked and compromised. Newsweek says Donald Trump supporters flipping to Kamala Harris, new poll. I can't explain. I can't quantify how absolute nonsensical that is. I don't have to. You guys are probably just rolling your eyes right now. Yeah, Trump supporters are flipping to Kamala Harris. Get the fuck out of here. I guarantee you not one single. I'd be shocked if one person find me that I want to hear them say it. I want to hear them say it. I want to see a video. I was voting for Trump. They tried to kill him. And then he got up with blood on his face, pumping his fist, saying, fight, fight, fight. Like the most heroic shit anyone ever saw. They're trying to shove this under the rug so fast. Did you forget that happened 2 weeks ago? The news cycle is insane. People are so hypnotized, they forgot that even happened. Have you forgotten that your president, they tried to kill him? Oh yeah, they tried to kill him, and they're lying to you about it. They tried to kill him. There's likely multiple shooters, shoving that under the rug. Oh shit, it failed. Shooter on the water tower, shooter in the woods, this guy just had his house was completely cleaned. His phone was scrubbed clean. He had remote explosives and detonation and seriously got on the roof, the least sloped roof in human history, on top of the communication center where the counter sniper team was. Fucking insane shit. Right? So it's complete nonsense. They tried to kill him and they didn't kill him. Oh shit, we fucked up. So now we're on a different timeline. Yeah, not a single Trump supporter is flipping to Kamala Harris. She's the least likable person in politics and has been. Do you guys remember? Probably not. Or retarded people don't remember. In 2020, she didn't get a single delegate. She got smoked by Tulsi Gabbard. She was cringe. No one fucking wanted her. And then Biden wanted someone with a higher melanin content. She was, and everyone's saying, well, don't talk about DEI because DEI is a new racist. No, it's not. DEI is racist. It's not the new racist. Oh, Republicans have found a new word for racism. It's called DEI. DEI is racism. It's hiring people based on how they look, based on identity rather than meritocracy. DEI is racist. That's what we've been saying for fucking years. It is racism. It's identity politics. It is the definition of racist. It's a definition. And of course, we know the Democrats are the party of racists. It's all gaslighting. They're pointing a finger at you. You're the evil person. You're the bad person. You're the insurrectionist. You're this, while they're doing all of it. Donald Trump is a fascist. He's never going to leave office. What are you fucking talking about? You have this dead man and you just literally swiped him out after the primaries, and now you're installing a candidate. So this is what happened. All right. This is what happened. They couldn't stop Donald Trump. He was gaining power. Okay. So the Republican primary, Donald Trump was democratically, right, elected. We had runners. We had Vivek. We had Nikki Haley. You had all these other people, right? And Donald Trump won. So they tried to go after him with these bullshit charges in New York. Couldn't lock him down. He kept on gaining popularity. Shit, we can't drag this guy enough. We kept him in court for a month or two. Didn't work. 4 fucking days. You ready for this? Think about this. Do not be this stupid. 4 days before the Republican convention, he's speaking in Butler, Pennsylvania. With 4 days, 5 days, whatever it is, or 3 days. It was Saturday. The Republican convention started on Monday or Tuesday or something like that. So right before the Republican convention, they try to kill him. Imagine if that happened. It would have been chaos. Who would have been installed? Probably Nikki Haley, warmongering Nikki Haley, because she's the only one that hasn't dropped out. She's still technically, she's the last one, or she would have been probably installed, or they would try to that's what they're trying to do. So chaos in the Republican Party. They tried to fucking kill him because they couldn't shut him down. 4 fucking days, 4 days before the Republican convention, they tried to take a shot. They missed. Fuck. The Democrats earlier this year or last year, they moved their convention to August for whatever reason. It was always in June or July. So they moved it later to see, right? This was like a buffer. Oh shit, Donald Trump, we missed it, fucked up. Now he's still the candidate. All right, Biden can't win. So now we have to swap him out at the convention. Conveniently, it was moved back a little bit to give themselves a little breathing room to try to swap out someone. And now they're trying to move on her as if everyone already loved her. So it's just like 1984. We're not at war with Eurasia. We've always been friends and at peace with Eurasia. We're at war with East Asia. We're friends and we're at peace with East Asia. We've always been at war with Eurasia. Don't believe your lying eyes. So this is what has happened. This was all the plan, is a backup plan, right? If they took out Trump, Biden would still float in. He'd still float in. I mean, why do you think that he's stepping down, but he's still the president? He's not fit to be president. We all know he's not fit to be president. So why is he still president? Well, because they don't want to put her in office now so we can see how fucking awful she is. We already know that. We know how awful she is. So if anything, he might fucking tank or kick the bucket at the last minute, and then she's going to officially be president. So they're going to let Biden burn for the next 3 or 4 months. Maybe he's going to die or whatever. Who knows? And they're going to swap her in when it's like too fucking late, like she's running. But if we have 2 or 3 months of Kamala Harris, it's going to be like, no, we don't want fucking that again. So they're going to try to keep her. That's why they're keeping Biden in. That's why he's stepping down, but he's still serving. It's insane. It's insane. I posted this the other day. I said, all right, if Kamala runs and she chooses Hillary Clinton if she chooses Hillary Clinton as her VP, then they're going to have her doing some open air motorcades every fucking day. I said, they're going to be doing outdoor campaign events every day. Kamala's going to be outdoor campaigning, right? They put her in, hey, we nominate Hillary Clinton as VP. They're going to have her speaking on stage in Butler, Pennsylvania, like the next week. I'm not joking. Oh. Anyway, it's not it's a conspiracy. It is, but it's not a conspiracy theory. It's just you're looking at it. All these pieces were put in place. If they got him, then it wouldn't be a problem. The Republicans, you would have someone else and they could, well, he brought this upon himself. It's a tragedy. This is awful, but we have to come together in unity under Joe Biden, who's been doing so good and blah, 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 blah. Nope, they fucking missed. And they're like, shit, we can't win. Biden cannot beat this person. They tried to take him out a couple days before the Republican convention. Not an accident. They had all these left-wing media outlets, covering his outdoor campaign in Butler when they're never covering his campaign. Well, show up today. It's going to be some fireworks. Yeah, but they missed. Fucking crazy, man. It's so obvious. It's so crazy. And the reason why, and people are saying, oh my God, this is so ridiculous. Oh, it's so insane. It's not any more insane than it always has been. And let me clarify this, because I've been doing this social media and internet game I've been on the internet since I was like a child, like 92. I was online all the time. So let me just give you some context. And that's exactly right, Stone. And I've been saying this online a lot. Like, this is just JFK in real time with tons of more video footage, with tons of more evidence, and everyone's got access and everyone can communicate with each other. They didn't have this, 70 years ago, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, whatever it is. So you could keep things hidden, but this is just standard. This is par for the course. We're just seeing the bullshit because everyone has access to this information. Now, in 2020 or 2016, the internet was not what people think it is. All right. We have this unfortunate need to project current situations into the past. So 2016, the internet was rough. You might not think of it like that. Oh, it was a couple years. No. It was rough. Yeah, we had the internet. Yeah, there was Instagram. Yeah, but it wasn't developed like it is now. You didn't have, I remember in 2016, you didn't even have Facebook Live. You couldn't do Facebook Live on Android. Like it barely was around. There was Periscope. It was really fucking rough. So as much as everyone had iPhones and a lot of people, you didn't have the live streaming to this capacity. You didn't have the network effect. You didn't have as nearly or anywhere near the usability or the amount of people online. You couldn't do like massive data transfers. Like the cameras and the internet was not as fast. File sizes, things were a lot more sluggish. You didn't have the same ability. Sure, you had like live streaming, but it wasn't the way it is today. TikTok didn't even fucking exist. It was Musically, and it was rough. It was funky. So 2024 is completely different. Not to mention, we have control, quote unquote, like Elon bought Twitter, changed it to X. So you didn't have the same type of communication. It was all censored. People didn't realize it was. People didn't realize how censored it was. But now they're aware. And 2020 just ramped up everything. With COVID, it ramped up everyone's usability of the internet. It ramped up people's understanding. The gloves came off. You saw everything. You saw it all. So this is why we're seeing all this shit in real time, how ridiculous it is, because everyone has a phone. Everyone has the same information. I shouldn't say everyone has the same information. That's not true. But it's a whole different landscape than it was in 2020 and a whole different landscape than it was in 2016. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. So, like, the internet is a lot more mature. And social media, because the internet was around. But 2016, like, you didn't have Instagram stories. Snapchat was kind of like the big, it's different now. So this is just real-time JFK. The same thing happened there. We know that it was the CIA. I mean, it was government. Like, there's a lot of, it was super shady. We know they took him out. There's no fucking way, not possible, that a 20-year-old just went through. It's not just, it's what they do. And what they're trying to do is stretch it out to the point where you have fatigue. Already, no one's showing the picture of Trump. No one's showing those videos. They're they're just blasting so much garbage out there that you forget that the president, this is fucking 2 weeks ago, man. What was it? The 13th? Was it the 13th? Go watch that. I'm sure it's more developed now, but go watch that podcast with Brett Weinstein, Dark Horse, with John Cullen talking about, 3 shooters. There's video evidence. It's fucking crazy. So the 13th, that was 12. It's not even 2 weeks. It's 12 days. 12 days. Where do you see that fist pump picture anymore? Where do you see that video of him getting shot? People are just past it. Like, oh, I have to go to work. I'm like, no, there's no excuse anymore. Well, I have kids and I'm busy and I can't pay attention. And oh my God, I can't. Oh, it's just too much. Both sides are crazy. No. That's a cop-out. You're just a weak person. That's a cop-out. This is the future for your children. This is the future country and the world for your children. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. And they're trying to give you fatigue. They want you to be exhausted, that you just don't care and just vote blue no matter who. They just want you to be like, suck the teat, do what you're told, otherwise this. And it's like, I don't care. They're just trying to create fatigue. And they're very good at it. You're seeing it in real time. This is why it's frustrating. I'm seeing a couple people. I'm seeing Jack Posobiec. I hear Dan Bongino talking about it still. And I just can't get over it. That's why I keep on posting and talking about he was just shot a fucking couple days ago. It's not a joke. And it's the most obvious bullshit operation. And it's just exposed more and more every day. And no one's covering it. You don't see the mainstream media. Like no one's talking about it. And when I say no one, not enough, you're not concerned about this? You think they're done? You think they're just going to try once and be like, oh, well, we missed. Not going to happen again. It's July, August, September, October. 3 months for them to come out with a new scare tactic, a terrorist attack. You're seeing this in U.S. Capitol. You see all these absolute criminals that should be deported. It doesn't take much to, come up with some sort of like dirty bomb and post it and place it somewhere and some kind of terror. There's gonna be some sort of terror attack that's gonna scare people, stay inside, blah, blah, blah. We don't want to change horses in midstream, the Democratic state. They're gonna put up fences and lock shit down, and we can't have an election, or it's gonna be something like that. It's gonna be you'll have like the Patriot Front or some bullshit FBI, nonsense. They'll plant a bomb somewhere. Remember on January 6th, right? Dan Bongino covered this extensively. The bomb that was at the bus stop or something that just got swept under the rug, that, they have backup plans. They have backup plans and redundancies, and you're just seeing the failure. You're seeing the exposure. They're showing their belly, and they just don't fucking care. The audacity of these people is just insane. They're trusting and they're relying on people to get bored with things after a while. And then, of course, you have like the fog of war. So you hear enough people post about it, then enough people share videos of the water tower and do angles and do different stuff. And then it becomes another JFK conspiracy theory. Oh, you're still on that? We're so far past that. We have to blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and the software, right? What was it? Whatever the fuck it is. CrowdStrike or whatever it is. Yeah, that failure conveniently right at the end of the Republican convention. So right at the end, they had that where no one could fly out. So they fucked up right after the Republican convention. So they fucked up the travel for conservatives, and everyone was stuck like in Milwaukee, and people had trouble traveling. So, and then 2 days later, Joe Biden does like, that Sunday night or something. He said he was stepping down. I don't know. Was that the next day? It's a blur, right? It's 12 fucking days. It's very hypnotizing. Even when I think about the time frame, it blows my mind. 12 days. How is that possible? It just seems like 2 months. So they have that hack right at the end of the RNC. And then again, people can't get back for their shows. They can't communicate the same way, shuts down cell phone towers and flights, and it fucks it up. Oh, convenient. Perfect. It's not a conspiracy. It's not a movie. It's real life. They just think you're retarded. And unfortunately, you're realizing how many people are fucking retarded. Like how many stupid people there are, and how many people don't fucking care. They don't care about any of this stuff. They just care about, I don't know, Grand Theft Auto 6 or some stupid bullshit so they can fuck their life away. But I'm sure we're going to get a solid investigation from the FBI. I'm sure they'll do their job. I'm sure they'll investigate themselves wonderfully. Was that a good rant? Is that enough? Let's do one more post, but this is important stuff. And of course, we'll continue to talk about it. And there's a lot of great shows out there that are covering stuff like this. And I'm just tip of the iceberg here. I'm not an expert, but it's just so obvious it hurts my brain. It's so fucking obvious it hurts my brain. And I'm not walking around. I mean, I know people might look at my X account and be like, oh, Papa Swolio is just fucking walking around raged and it's angry all the time. I'm not. I'm taking care of what I need to take care of, but it doesn't make it any less true. So I'm putting shit out there. I'm not like a hateful person. I'm not out there like, walking around frustrated, like, oh my God, fuck these Democrats. And it's just very obvious when I say you have to have literally a double-digit IQ to vote Democrat this year. You literally do. I understand a lot of people were lied to and scammed, but it's up to you to recognize, oh, they fucked me over every single year. Oh, they're the racists. Oh, they're the ones that are trying to overthrow our country. Oh, so you literally have to be unplugged and or retarded to vote Democrat this year. You really do. You objectively do. You need to do better. Okay. Gad Sad. Brilliant dude. If you've never listened to him on Rogan or read his books, Parasitic Mind and likewise, great stuff. Great tweet. He posts this: let me try to be as diplomatic and restrained as I can, which is funny because this is restrained. Kamala Harris is a vacuous, lobotomized, shallow, inauthentic imbecile. She knows nothing. She has achieved nothing. She has used every non-meritocratic tool to climb the political career. She is a racist. She is divisive. She promotes the cancer of diversity, inclusion, and equity. She is the Justin Trudeau of the U.S. Beware. Exceptionally well said. And that's not being hyperbolic. That's very accurate. And of course, I'm saying this. I'm a white male who lifts weights. I must be a sexist. I must be a misogynist. I must hate people of color. That's what they're going to say. Get ready for 3 months of, if you don't vote for Kamala Harris, you hate women and you're a racist. You can call me whatever the fuck you want. She sucks. She absolutely sucks. She's garbage. Her own party thinks she's garbage. They're putting her in there saying, hey, you saw what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania 2 weeks ago? Yeah. You're the new nominee. Do as we say. You understand that, right? You guys see what happened? Okay, imagine. Still going. Imagine you're watching. Shouldn't Kamala Harris be, whoa, I don't know if I want to be president. Whoa, wait a second. So we know who did this. We know who's in charge of like letting this happen. You have the lapses. You have a lot of like interrupted communication, right? The favorite to win the election, they just tried to take him out 2 weeks ago. Yay, I'm going to be your president. Aren't you worried about the incompetent Secret Service that's protecting you? You're not worried about taking a bullet to the dome? Of course not. Why would she be worried? Why would Kamala Harris be worried? She's not at risk. Why would she be at risk? Interesting. Wouldn't you be a little bit concerned about the incompetency of the security with all the lapses? You think you would be a little bit more concerned, well, I don't know if I want this position because they're going to give me a double tap if I, in other words, hey, you're our new nominee. We're going to go, everything's behind you now. You raised $81 million in one day. $81 million, $1 per vote, right? 81 million votes. The Night King from Game of Thrones is like, assemble the voters for the Democrats. Rise. You think you'd be a little bit more concerned considering the Secret Service is apparently absolutely incompetent and can't do their fucking job. Anyway, do as we say, or you're gonna get the Butler treatment. That's no lie. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Let's do this. What we got? Good rant. Juicy rant. Let's go with Loretta, number 2. This is called Pretty Privilege. Pretty Privilege.
Do you notice in your day-to-day that you're maybe treated a little bit differently because you're beautiful?
100,000%.
That's fucking bullshit. Wait, what? Playing that again. You got to be kidding me.
Do you notice in your day-to-day that you're maybe treated a little bit differently because you're beautiful?
100,000%.
Oh my God, this chick looks like she ate Tess Holiday. Bro, the narcissism and the ego in these people. 100%. I mean, her face looks reasonably pretty if she lost like 30 pounds. I don't know. I mean, 30 pounds on her face. I mean, holy shit, bro.
And I can say that confidently as someone who used to be considered ugly.
That's too easy. No, that's too easy. No. Used to be. That was like 3 seconds ago before I paused the video. I was considering you. Okay.
When you're extremely overweight, people aren't really.
She's morbidly obese, bro. She's morbidly obese.
That's a huge bitch.
She's morbidly obese, saying when you're extreme, you are. Gross. Fucking gross. Fucking gross, man. It's so gross. Look, if I saw her walking down the street, I wouldn't even think gross. I wouldn't really be like, that person's not healthy. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, she's ugly, she's horrible. But when you say this shit, no. I cannot settle for stupidity like that. Stop lying to your fucking, and you can't lie to me. You're
extremely overweight. People aren't really looking at your pretty face. They're just seeing this overweight person in front of them. And
if you're morbidly obese, you're not going to have a pretty face. Not as pretty as if you weren't sick and dying.
There's so much fat phobia in the world. And it is sad and it is real. And when you lose weight, you just see people treat you so differently. And then add the fact that you're pretty. Oh my God, like people complimenting you everywhere. I do think pretty privilege exists, and it's very real.
I'm saying ew, not because of the way she looks. That is the most disgusting personality. Do better. You're giving oh, Jesus fucking Christ. No, I saw the next thumbnail. We're doing that one last because we're done. No. Jesus. Let's do this one. Let's do healthy body, and then we're going to do...
What's in the box?
If you're eating, you might want to stop before we do the last one. Healthy body.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but this is what my body looks like when I'm working out on a regular basis, eating healthy, and taking care of my mental health.
No, this person's fat. You work out, you don't lift weights. She's not lifting weights. She's not eating well. You don't look pregnant and obese if you're doing all those things. So, cap.
I do not have a flat stomach.
No
not
shit.
Because I have GI issues or food intolerance or I'm not doing enough abs or cardio.
Forget the abs or cardio. You definitely have intolerances. You do not have a pregnant stomach without crazy gut inflammation. So that's a lie.
But because this is just where my body wants to be. I'm not bloated. I don't need a metabolism booster. I don't need to work out more, eat better.
Yes, you do. You're not working out properly and you're not eating well. You might think you are, but you're not. And your body is evidence of that. That's where your body wants to be. You look like you've never worked out in your life. I'm telling you, she looks like she's never worked out. And I'm not saying that to be rude. She doesn't look like she's ever picked up a weight.
This is just where my body wants to be. And that's normal and that's okay. You might not have a flat stomach and that doesn't mean that you're not healthy. And there's nothing wrong with having a belly.
Another example of cake gender would be if someone feels like they have different layers or flavors to their particular gender.
When you're gaslighting yourself, there's nothing else I need to do. She looks pregnant. Yes, you're not eating properly. Yes, you're not lifting. You're just not doing it right. You don't look pregnant if you look, oh my God, this is just where my body wants to be. My body wants to have muscles. My body wants to be. Gross. Keep convincing yourself. You look gross. Wearing like a crop top for your pregnant stomach. Yeah. If you look pregnant and you're not, you have crazy gut inflammation. She's exceptionally unhealthy and she will find out the hard way, unfortunately. All right, last one. All right. This one's bad. It's bad on multiple reasons. This person is a disgust. This is a disgusting dude. This dude is gross. You know this person. You've seen these videos before. It's absolutely vile. So you've been warned. I'm warning you. You've been warned. Hashtag most people don't. Most people don't have this ridiculous mental disorder, but this person does. I apologize in advance, but we have to go through it. The only way past is through, and we got to go through. So this one's called uterus transplants. No, I'm telling you right now, it's not real, but just enjoy.
Trans women getting pregnant is not as far off as you'd think. In the past 10 years, 50 babies have been born from a uterus transplant. How this works is a person with a damaged or missing uterus gets a new uterus. Then they get pregnant, then they give birth to a child via C-section. The implanted uterus is then removed so that the person doesn't need to be on anti-rejection meds for the rest of their life. So far, these implants have only been attempted on cis women, but there's nothing that says it couldn't work on a trans woman. After
a man. There's no such thing as a cis woman. You're a male or a female. Trans women do not exist. That's a man with gender dysphoria. I'm way past this. I'm not saying it to be hateful. It's just because I understand reality and I'm not playing your fucking manipulative Marxist mind games. I'm not doing this shit. I'm not doing this shit. I'm not doing the 2 + 2 = 5. I'm not doing, oh, but my pronouns. Fuck your pronouns. Fuck your feelings. It does not matter. This is nonsense. We have real important shit in the world. This is just stupid bullshit that's literally rotting out the brains. This is on fucking TikTok. How evil is that? I fucking hate that app. Yes, I use it. Yeah, I have a lot of followers there, but fuck TikTok. Fuck that app. It sucks. It's awful. It's just poison.
But there's nothing that says it couldn't work on a trans woman. After all, my hormone levels are pretty similar to a cisgender woman. So why not? The main thing in the way is that the science is new, so there aren't enough surgeons out there to do the testing. So it's less about if we can do it and more about when we can do it. Imagine a trans woman using her own DNA along with her partner's egg to create life. Wouldn't that be incredible? No. Some researchers think it's already possible and that it'll be attempted in the next year or two.
Okay. This is Nazi Germany. This is experimentation. This is just disgusting. This is disgusting shit. Now, if you are helping a woman that had like uterine cancer or this, that, and the other, I mean, science can be amazing and it can help someone conceive that maybe couldn't before. But this is just some kind of like weird mental illness fetish. It's fucking vile. It's gross. This is, kids are watching this. Kids are watching this. If you have a child, you cannot let them on TikTok. They cannot be on TikTok. It is literally brain rot. It's rot. It is garbage. It's just processed food.
Now, to be clear, I don't want kids. And even if this was an option, I wouldn't be interested.
But thank fucking God you're not reproducing. Thank fucking God. There is a God. Oh my God. Thank you for not reproducing. So the world has dodged a bullet.
There are so many trans women out there who want this, and they have just as much of a right to pregnancy as anyone else.
My God, they do not. They're men. They're men. They should never, ever, ever have this kind of weird Frankenstein child. How sick, how sad for the baby. If that's even possible scientifically, it's a bastardization of humanity, and it's literally abusive. That's the sickest fucking shit I've ever heard. It's so disgusting.
Get this thing off. Oh. See, it was fake.
Yeah, no shit. See, it's fake. You're talking about that being fake? Bro, everything in this video is fake. Hey, look, this fake stomach is fake. Same thing with your fake ass hair and this. You're a man, dude. You're a dude. You're a fucking dude. Everything in this video is fake.
Is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn.
And the crazy shit is the manipulation of our society, whereas you could take that clip and be like, Papa Swole was so hateful. I hate people. I'm so mean. I'm just saying the truth. It's not mean. It's just a fact. I'm just aggressively stating facts. I'm not wishing any ill will on this person, but this person obviously wishes ill will on you and on children and whomever his audience is, because it's absolutely just deceitful, gross fetish nonsense. Gross. Let's do a throwback and then we'll wrap up. Speaking of mental disorders, here we go. Throwback time.
The reason some trans youth might start on puberty blockers and others don't is largely due to age, access, and stigma.
What are you, fucking retarded?
In terms of age, blockers are reserved for people that are on the onset of puberty.
You mean puberty anxiety? Oh, their bodies are changing. So instead of grifting and manipulating and grooming them, maybe you should just give them support. And hopefully there's a father figure that's not a soy boy himself. Parenting. Yes.
If you've already gone through puberty or you're well into puberty, you can't block something that's already started.
You sick fuck pervert.
Yo, puberty's a confusing time. Remember when people just said that? Like, yeah, puberty's confusing. Kids are becoming adults. They're not the opposite of what they were born as. That's a mental disorder.
And they don't have access to the gender-affirming care that they deserve.
There should absolutely be no such thing as gender-affirming care. You shouldn't affirm someone's delusion. This is why we need to bring back the buildings with the rooms with the padded walls. Gosh. We have to stop affirming insanity. Oh my God, please, can we? I couldn't have said it better myself, and luckily I didn't need to because I said it already. I'm listening to this video, I'm like, yeah, previous younger Papa Swole made a good point. All right, fam, tomorrow we also have overtime with a brand new Driving While Gaining. So join the fam today. swolenormousakeys.com. Join the fam today and get ready for the new Swolenormous app that's launching soon. We got an amazing Swole card today. Hashtag most people don't. And I think we already gave it to the green trolley because he needs this card for his daughter, and we need to save that next generation. So green trolley, let's give that to your daughter, bro. I think it's fitting. You need the card. Give it to your daughter. We usually don't give away cards in that sense, but sometimes we do. Sometimes we award it where it needs to go, and I appreciate it. Totally rigged. Today is absolutely rigged. Her name is Virginia. Very nice. Very nice. Well, from Florida to Virginia, you get this card. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 3002. You can staple this to her forehead, so every time she looks in the mirror vainly or tries to take a selfie, she's like, most people don't. Most people don't take a selfie. No, everyone takes selfies. But you get the point. So give her this card and keep on raising your daughter, I don't know, better than all these other people in the videos that we watch, so we can have a wonderful future for our world. So thank you for playing. Great post. Swole card 3002. That's fantastic. Join us, swolenormousx.com. Tomorrow is overtime. Go enjoy the rest of your day. Go make some sick fucking gains, and we'll see you mañana. Peace, McGee's, deuce, magoose. Yeah, boy. Papa Swole. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like...
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, chill. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element. No